Welcome back to the MíraLA podcast. This week, I am so excited. I will be speaking with Yahaira Kolb. She is a hair, wellness, and beauty expert in the industry with over 30 years of experience. She actually got to do my hair extensions when I competed as Miss Colorado USA. I'm very excited to have her here. She has an amazing motto that I think is inspiring to a lot of people, not just women. Her motto is, "Age is not an excuse. You are never too old to start something and finish it." I am so excited to be speaking with her today so she can inspire all of you. Thank you so much, Yahaira. I am so happy you're here.
Hi, thank you for having me. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. This is honestly such a full circle moment, and I think we have to talk about the obvious.
Yes.
We're wearing crowns. I mean, we are queens.
We are definitely.
We are queens, but we are wearing the crowns because we are pageant queens.
Yes.
I'm a former Miss Colorado USA, and you have competed in pageantry your whole life.
Yeah.
But as of currently, you are representing. Tell me a little bit about your pageant experience right now.
So I'm a delegate for Vigilia's production, and I'm representing Nicaragua, where I'm from. And it's been a great experience to kind of come out and play again, after doing so much when it came to just running and creating businesses. This is more fun. This is like kind of like playing with my younger self, my younger version that still wants to be pretty, get dressed up and have this moments with other women where you feel like you're just having a good time.
Yeah, I think that's so important. When I competed in Miss USA, a lot of what I enjoyed about it was the sisterhood and the relationships that came out of it. Now, keep in mind, maybe these aren't long-term friendships. Where in some situations that is the case.
Yeah.
But I think all these women really reflect a mirror back to you about how they want to improve themselves and improve the messages that, they're sharing with their community. Mm-hmm. So as of right now, with competing in your pageantry, it's a month away.
Yes.
What are you doing leading up to promoting the pageant?
Well, I have been networking a lot and mostly trying to put together this fundraiser for toys in Nicaragua. So I have been working together with other people that love to help and are really good at events. This is my first toy drive. But other than that, I'm just basically just kind of like opening the doors to connecting what I do for a living and what I'm doing for fun, I guess, into, just a wellness and just overall trying to be better to yourself and better to the community. So all goes hand in hand.
It really does. Yeah. And when I competed in, my 7 years, what pageantry really taught me was that you can bring people together for the right causes, right? And it inspired me to start my own nonprofit and to really be with my community and to really give them inspiration and motivation. Because especially, with what we're going through currently, politically, economically, like people need inspiration. People need to be motivated. So how do you stay motivated in these critical times?
Well, I know what it feels like to have somebody in the room that makes you feel positive when you're going through hard times. So I want to be that person instead of just kind of like closing the door and be like, we're all going through this hard times. I kind of want to be the one that brings up a little light that we can still do a lot of things, even if the times are hard, because we're still humans. We're still living. We still have families. So it's kind of time to nurture the things that we can while the things that we can't are solving it themselves. Mm-hmm. So
that's beautiful.
Just try to empower people to go out there and just do you, do something that completes your journey in life, because we all eventually are going to run out of time. So do it now.
So your motto is, "Age is not an excuse. You are never too old to start something and finish it." What inspired that belief and what experiences tested it the most?
Well, for one, it's me, because I always felt, oh my God, that's going to take too long to do. And then you end up realizing that time already went and I didn't do it. So what's the excuse? None. No, there's no excuses. You're still going to live, and most of the time you're just going to waste a lot of time thinking, because you're thinking, oh my God, but I'm too old to start. Oh my God, I'm too busy. Oh my God, there's, there are things I should be doing. Okay, but if you have time in your daily life to pursue something that you're passionate about, use that time, because eventually that time will go unused. And before you know it, you have completed something because you were determined and you made that decision instead of thinking that you don't have time or that you're too old. Just do it. Just start it and finish it. And that'll be really satisfying. And then you start another one.
So can you just give us a couple of examples of how you've applied that to your life?
Well, I bought my first home on my own when I was in my mid-30s. And I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do that. But it's just one thing that I always wanted to do. And I did it. And then I went and bought another one. So it just opens up the door to just not being afraid of whatever seems scary. You just do it and figure it out, Just
So buying a home and then buying another home, that requires money.
Yes.
How have you attained a successful business and businesses, and what is the kind of mindset that you have around money?
Well, it's really hard having to go through all the ups and downs that I have gone through. I have had, bad luck when it comes to timing. So I first started my first business in 2007. Then we had 2008 happen. So I was fighting against, all these things that were against me. Then, of course, I buy my first home and COVID happened. So now I'm doing it again. And then I just moved into a new place that we offer medical weight loss and all these other medical treatments. And then we're having this type of economy again. So to me, it's kind of funny because it's just like, Jesus, are you ever going to start something when it's not the economy taking another? But I guess it's just, I can do it. And it's just a test that I guess things have to be a little bit more complicated for me because I have to be really dedicated. And I'm not afraid. So
I think that's great because I think that's so much of what people kind of replay in their mind. Well, I can't do this because of the economy, or I can't do this because I just bought this. And it's more so just shifting your mindset of
you're going to find a way.
You're going to find a way somehow. So, I mean, even for me, I am in a position where it's people see me and they think I have it so easy, and obviously that's a facade, right? This is a highlight reel that people are posting of themselves online. And you're only showing the good parts of your life. So I think it's very much of just finding the inside voices and really quieting them down when they're not serving you, and ultimately creating a supportive community around you and people that believe in you. I know you have an amazing platform and an amazing community that support you, and aside from this person that you aim to be, that you want to be, who is Yahaira really behind all of that?
Behind all of it, I think I'm just a very deeply connected to the earth, the animals kind of person. So to me, nature calls me more than anything when it comes to just a personal type of thing I like. I love camping. I love adopting animals. I love the simple things, just like being able to hang out by the beach with my husband. So those things are kind of like what soothes my soul. But what motivates me and gives me energy, it's everything like the networking and hanging out with people that just bring you so much joy. So the passive calm me, it completely disconnects and just goes to a mountain for a week and I'm completely fine. But then when I'm back, I want 100 things to do. So it's that I'm either not doing anything or I'm doing a million things.
That's fair. And I think honestly, that's a lot of people's truth. I know for me too, I love to stay busy. I love to be productive. Sometimes I feel like when I'm not busy or productive, what is my purpose? But at the end of the day, when you are connected to yourself, you realize that all you ever have to be in this life is yourself, which is being, just being yourself, literally in the stillness of be. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's so simple. But we obviously live in our societies. We live in a big city like Los Angeles, where it's we're constantly feeling the pressure of having to work, having to do, and especially as women, where I think we're all kind of collectively coming back to our heart, coming back to our feminine energy. And I wanted to know if you had anything to say about, feminine energy, or how you balance being so motivated, whereas maybe a lot of women don't have that same trait as you.
Yes, I think that it's it's really hard to get into that place unless you actually acknowledge that you're not and you want to be. If you haven't figured out what bothers you or what makes you sad or what makes you feel uncomfortable, it's because you haven't really thought about, I don't want to be here right now. And you haven't acknowledged that you need to make a change. So that's the most important part, is like acknowledging that you're not in a happy place, either in a relationship that doesn't make you happy, or work doesn't make you happy, or maybe, some type of imbalance with the way that your kids treat you as a mom, or if you're working and you're not feeling supported. Talk about it to yourself. So when you find that, you know what, I deserve a better feeling. I deserve to wake up and feel, gratitude and be appreciated at the same time. And we can't change that until we accept that we want and deserve more than what we have. And then when you figure out that you deserve more and that you have the capacity to pursue that happiness, that's when your world changes, because now you know. But a lot of women haven't even thought about themselves to analyze, oh my God, I could be actually taking care of me a little bit better, and other things get better.
That's beautiful.
MíraLA.
Empowerment isn't just a word, it's a lifestyle. At Empowered with Gina, we believe in living with intention, leading with purpose, and never apologizing for the fullness of who we are. Our membership is more than access, it's community, a space where joy meets justice, privilege meets purpose, and accountability fuels growth. Here, you'll find exclusive content, real conversations, and practical tools to help you rise, lead, and thrive, whether in your business, your family, or your own personal journey. If you've been searching for a place that doesn't just inspire, but equips you to step into your power, this is it. Join Empowered with Gina today, and let's create a life you don't just survive, but one you boldly own.
MíraLA.
You've worn many hats in this industry as an entrepreneur, a wellness expert, a stylist. What has been the hardest transition or maybe reinvention in your career?
The hardest thing I have had to do is understand that I don't really need that many people around me to do the work that I do, and that I don't need to fix other people's lives. And I was doing both. I was surrounding myself with too many people that I couldn't help, and it was pulling me into tiny little pieces, and I was not being 100% who I could be because I was focused too much on other people and what they needed. And so I think that the hardest part was transitioning into, okay, I am trying to achieve something that other people can't understand, and therefore I have to do it alone. And it has released a lot of stress from my life. A lot of worry, because now I don't have to worry about, what are they going to think, or how is this going to affect them, because I was giving it too much value. And I can truly say that now I feel completely happy that I don't have those distractions anymore, and I can actually focus on doing this my way, and I'm loving it.
And how does that manifest? So you talk about putting your energy into other people, trying to help people that don't want to be, like, how does that affect you on like a physical level?
Well, I was physically exhausted, and my exhaustion was leading to possible depression. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, because I wasn't seeing the effect that I thought I would or should be seeing from helping people. It was actually just taking more out of me and taking my energy and leaving me drained and dissatisfied with our relationship, and the way that they affected my life was negative. So that literally just tore so much good out of me, tore all this energy that I had that was to build things, and it was starting to destroy me instead of helping me. So it took me getting so low on doubting myself and just almost giving up and saying, you know what, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then I figure out, you know what, maybe I can, but it has to be from scratch. It has to be mine from the first step that I do whatever the next thing I'm going to do. It has to be just me. So I can figure out where I fit, where I need help. And until then, I'm not going to look for help because people are not exactly what you need until you figure out, I specifically need this from you. And until you know exactly what you need from people, everybody's just making noise and distracting you. So that's why I'm just putting myself in a blank space and figuring out where the pieces go. And if I need something, then I get it only when I need it, instead of having a collaboration of chaos.
Yeah. Speaking of noise, the wellness space is booming right now.
Yes.
And that could be very noisy.
Yeah.
From your perspective, what separates authentic wellness from trendy wellness?
I think that from my point of view, I started this because it was something personal. I wanted to make my mom feel and look pretty and beautiful, and I was taking her to all of these med spas. And the first thing that I was noticing is how they were treating her, reacting to her, as if, oh, okay, you're already too old, like basically not giving her like, oh my God, you're gonna look great. Okay, I'm also sitting in the room, and the way they were talking to me was completely different. Like, okay, yeah, she's this, we can do all these things. I'm like, give her that hope too, you know? Like, she also wants to hear that, oh my God, this is gonna help you something. And over and over, we were just hitting that wall where there was no personal touch into going and searching for something that it's personal. Like, I want to feel and look younger or better. That's what my mom was trying to do. And she was just basically if we weren't asking immediately what your budget is, there wouldn't be any other conversation, because basically they're just trying to like, okay, can you afford it or not? And there's just like the lack of like understanding. I want to know what my clients or, you know, our patients' goals are. How are you feeling? Why are you here? Maybe there's a deeper level that, you know, they probably want to talk to you about before they get this done. And when it comes to wellness and weight loss, it goes hand in hand, because a lot of people don't even have somebody to talk to about how they feel. If they have lost so much weight or if they've gained too much weight, they feel they can't talk to somebody honestly and say, you know what, I am having a hard time with my weight. I'm having a hard time with the way I feel about myself. And this is where wellness and weight loss goes hand in hand. But this is genuine. Like, we care about how you feel. And when you walk in the door in this new era, it's about the inner person. And then we address the outside. Like, once we figure out what your drive is, what brought you here to search for help. Like, what is the main focus for you to reach out for help?
And you have your own med spa, right? So why don't you tell us like a little bit about your med spa, your other businesses that you do, because you do a lot.
Yeah. So the difference is I still have my hair salon and regular skincare, and then we have nurses that can do other medical services underneath our medical provider. So we offer those services like skin rejuvenation with plasma or microneedling. Those are really, really good for maintaining your skin, but also preventing future, you know, like damage. Like just aging in general, you can slow it down, you can rejuvenate yourself and prevent having too much laxity in your skin where you're gonna need, you know, plastic surgery. So starting young to maintain your collagen is probably what's gonna keep everybody looking amazing. Yeah. So,
and I remember when I was getting my extensions done at your salon, Danny Trejo came in, and he's one of your longtime clients.
he is.
How are you helping him in his skincare?
He loves getting skincare, but more than that, he just loves having a quiet place where he's not treated as, you know, this celebrity, and just wants to talk. He wants to just relax and, you know, close the door, take care of my skin, and come out and then he gets his hair done or whatever. And it's just basically just a relaxing moment and just him being himself.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of your salon. You cater to women and men.
Yeah.
Right.
I do have a lot of connections with companies that continuously bring out new products and new innovations for especially, the area I'm going in, which is skin rejuvenation. There's so many lasers that I want to incorporate into our med spa that are going to save so many people, not only money, but just the struggle of what typical facelift or surgical recoveries are like. Those are hard. With lasers, they're able to rejuvenate on a superficial level without having to be down or even have to go under the knife. So those are really exciting things that are always progressing and just exciting in general.
Yeah, definitely. I know for someone for myself, like competing in pageantry, being a model and actress, like it's always about the exterior of like how you're looking that feels important, but it's actually not. It's like you said,
It's inside.
It's inside,
Yeah.
and if there's something that's disconnected, it kind of shows up,
Yeah.
and it manifests. Like,
Yeah.
For a lot of women who are into plastic surgery and Botox, the physical manifestations of how they feel inside show up.
Yeah.
When women's lips are just bigger
Yes.
than anything, or when the look of them just doesn't feel natural.
Right.
But like looking at someone like you have this like natural beauty that comes out. Like, so what is your advice to women that have kind of gone to the extreme and are now realizing that I've gone too far?
Yeah.
And how do I come back from that?
I think it's also an association thing, because if you're in a clique of people that just do that and just talk about that, you might be easily persuaded into believing that is the cool thing to do, to just put more filler in your lips or to put excessive amounts of Botox. I haven't had a filler or Botox in like 3 years, and I have actually rejuvenated myself with just natural treatments.
Right.
But you have to acknowledge what these women have in their lives. Sometimes they just have too much time in their hands, and they pick a thing. It's like some other women just buy a million purses. So it's kind of like trying to cover up whatever they can't fix, and then they start doing things that they can, and quietly just shutting down the real problem. So that's when it starts getting excessive and it doesn't look natural. And I don't think that they're achieving the goal, which is to feel better about themselves. I think it's just like a Band-Aid for the moment.
I know. So, a lot of these women, they're honestly, I'm seeing them younger, but for a lot of them, they're like in their 40s, 50s, 60s. For you, you're mature and you've been in the industry for 30 years. How do you stay curious? You're someone that says you can learn at any age, right? And start something and finish it. The learning, the growing at any age, after 3 years being in your industry, or maybe just in your personal life, like how have you applied that, and how do you share that with your community?
Well, I encourage people, no matter what, to just pursue that thing that makes you, scared. So I apply it into all the things that I want to achieve. I have just basically overcome my own fears, just to be able to say, you know what, that wasn't so bad, let's try something else. And just by existing in that model, I think I am an example for my clients or my family to not just give up because something changed. So when the industry became saturated by stylists doing hair from home, I strategized and I what is the next best thing that can go into my business and make it different, and I'm not just a hair extension salon. So going into the industry by researching it on my own and, seeing what works and what makes it better has led me here. So I could have been like, no, you can't do it because you don't have a doctor or because you don't have medical training. Well, that's when you start learning how can I Then you learn about medical directors. Then you learn about how the medical industry can be incorporated into a hair salon, and boom. So you gotta go out there and learn it, and then just implement all the things that you learn in creating your new future better business, or in your life, just in general.
And I think that's so important, because I think that's what people get stuck on. They're like, but how? It's not about the how.
No.
The how gets figured out.
Yes.
Somehow.
So yeah, eventually, once you're in there, you're gonna start doing something.
Right. It's like bills. It's like, you don't know how you're gonna pay your bills, but they get paid. Sometimes they're late, but sometimes you get late into an industry, but you still succeed.
Yes.
And I think it really is just that mindset shift of quieting the voices, the negative, voices that you hear. Actually, our sponsor, Gina, this is her firm, and one of her advice to herself and to everyone is shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, shh.
Yeah.
You're not serving me right now.
Yeah.
So I think that's the message for women and for people. It's just like, anytime that you feel doubtful of yourself, you should be actually telling yourself, oh, I'm onto something.
Yeah.
Because this is going to help me succeed. This is going to help me grow. I want to talk about the industry. The industry camaraderie. What does true community over competition look like in the beauty and wellness space?
Well, sadly, it was probably the most toxic industry until as of late, where it's starting to change a little bit. I am definitely one person to speak out about it. Like all of the other industries, like real estate people, doctors and stuff, they network together and they want to push each other, like help each other. When it comes to the beauty industry, it's like, no, don't tell her. Don't let her know anything. She doesn't need to know. It's like the secret, the little cliques of who's cool and who's not. It's like we're back in high school. Come on. Everybody needs to grow up. And there's so many different variations of this industry. Not everybody's looking for a stylist that's only that or that's that. We're really not in competition. I think that it's like you might like a certain type of stylist and you only do a certain type of service. So not every hairstylist is competing for your money. So it's like, I think it's just foolish, the competition with hairstylists or in the beauty industry. At the end of the day, the more you collaborate with another person, the more you're going to learn. Because even if you're the one that knows more, these people teach you patience. They teach you how to be, around them, which is something that a lot of people don't know, especially if they've been a boss the whole time. Go around people that are just starting, and remember that used to be you. So you can humble yourself a little bit and kind of just, share some knowledge or share some help and advice.
And that's very much true, because you have started like a social media network, on Instagram and on WhatsApp, and you're very much like wanting people to connect and to share their knowledge, because there's enough for everybody.
There is. There is. And what there isn't is support, like true, honest camaraderie. That's what's lacking. Like when somebody can actually say, hey, don't be scared. You can call me and I'll help you, or whatever your doubts are. Don't just watch everybody go do their stuff. Participate. It's okay. You're going to get there too. You're going to get your confidence up. You're going to network. You're going to grow your clique. You're going to grow your group. It's just a matter of making that choice that you're not going to keep yourself in the back behind that door. Open the door, get out. You have to go. You have to be out there, expose yourself a little bit, learn, and just go with the flow. It's really not that scary.
It's true.
It just sounds scary, but
at first, for sure. I actually wanted to ask you about the all-inclusive GLP-1 program for businesses. Can you just explain to us what is that?
So this is a really amazing program that is being offered. So prior, when I started, I had to get my own medical director. I had to get my own nurse in order for me to offer the skinny shots. With this company that we now work with, they handle all the medical, all the prescriptions, the doctors, the medical support after the clients sign up. All we have to do is just talk about the plan and see what better describes their needs. For example, we try to figure out, do they need to lose 20 pounds, 40 pounds? What are your goals? So us, the non-medical professionals, we talk about what your goals are. We talk about how long you want that to happen in. And most importantly, we try to figure out if they have even tried other things, or if they have any, reasons why they should actually just go directly to their doctor. So we kind of just get the client comfortable and ready to be like, yes, you know what, I want to do this. And once they make a decision to start, any of our providers, can be a gym owner, could be a body contouring clinic, sends the information of this client to the company, and then they book them an appointment for the doctor to check out their information. And after that, we take the client order and they ship it. They give them the dose. They talk to them. All the medical questions are answered by the doctors. All the medication is shipped directly from the pharmacy. So basically, all of these businesses are just bringing in clients. They're not touching the medicine. They're not going to get in trouble. They don't need medical insurance because the medication is not being handled by them. So that's why it's easier. It's literally, you're just offering the plan to your clients and making money. So
very
that's
cool.
it. Yeah.
And where can people follow you? And if they're curious about any of your business endeavors?
My website is YahairaKolb.com, and there they can find out information on how to be a patient through our system, or if they want to be a business offering the GLP-1s.
Okay.
And we also have different options that these companies can offer. We have pills that are GLP-1 effective, and we also have drops. So if they don't want to be injecting themselves, because this is a self-administered medication, they can do the pills or they can do the drops. And all of them are going to have different levels of efficacy, but they're all going to trigger that hormone that makes them hungry. So it's going to take away the crazy cravings for no reason. Sometimes they just think they're hungry, but they're really just sad. So people eat because they get that feeling of satisfaction. Then they eat again because they're still sad. So this medication triggers the control of that hormone that is going to make them not think about food as a source of healing any kind of issues. Food is just going to be when you need it. And your body's just going to let you know when you're really hungry instead of an emotional eater. So it helps a lot with, emotional eating or even emotional drinking. It has proven that it can make people less attracted to alcohol. So
interesting.
Yeah,
And
so-
you are obviously a patient, right?
I did, yes. I had two periods when I used it. So I started with the one that's called semaglutide, which is the same medication in Ozempic. And I started that in 2024, at the beginning of 2024. And I lost 20 pounds. So I was like, oh my God, this works. And I was so excited starting to see myself like me. For over 10 years, I had gained 45 pounds, and I was just so miserable. I did not feel like myself. I did not look like myself. I was exhausted. I didn't want to even look at the mirror. I did not like what I saw. And after the 20 pounds, this was when I was working together with Goals, which is a plastic surgery center. So I was helping them promote the medication. Our period ended, so I just kind of went on, and that's when I started actually talking to other doctors, and that's when I started offering it through our medical director and the nurse that we had. And one thing just led to another, and I was like, you know what, I can lose another 20 pounds. That's when I tried the second medication, which is tirzepatide, and it's amazing. And I have not been on it since November of last year, so almost a year, and I still lose some pounds here and there. So you kind of just stay pretty much neutral if you keep your diet the same and you're not hiring your caloric intakes. As long as you're not eating more than you were before, you can maintain it.
Okay, so we are back. Had a little technical difficulties. We took off the crowns, but we still have our invisible crowns.
Yes.
So to wrap up our episode today, I really wanted to ask you, as someone like yourself who's achieved so much, what does success mean to you now? And not the version that everyone sees, but really the personal definition that really keeps you grounded.
I think success for me was achieved when I stopped looking at work as how much money do I want to make. My work was basically a dream in my head that I didn't realize needed to be worked on instead of worked for. So I was working for money, not for my dream. And now I'm doing the opposite. So that now I'm happy because I'm achieving things that make me happy. So helping people with their wellness, making them feel that they can also have wonderful results when they take care of themselves.
Right.
That's the reward. And to me, that's the success. I finally found something to do that actually makes me happy.
Right.
So I'm successfully doing what I love and also obviously pay my bills. So it works eventually. So
That's great. Because so if someone's listening right now and they feel like they've missed their window or they feel like they're too old to start over, what would you tell them?
nonsense. There's no way. How much time do you think you need? You don't know. You don't know if you are going to be successful in 6 months. You don't know how much passion you're going to put into it until you start. So the more you wait, the more chances of not completing it that you are putting yourself into. So just start it now and to see what happens. And even if it's just a small little thing, just start small, but achieving something makes you feel like, oh my gosh, it wasn't that bad. And then you want to do something bigger and more exciting or more challenging.
And I
Then
think
you never know.
And I think that's what makes life worth living, right?
Yes.
All right, last and final question. When people look at Yahaira Kolb's highlight reel, what do you hope that they truly understand about the woman behind it all?
Jeez. That I understand, that I have gone through a lot of things that make me relatable to a lot of women. And life has not been easy as it might show on the outside. And that has taught me to be a little bit more aware of other women that are going through similar situations. Either be that they have kids and they feel trapped because they think that their life no longer matters or it's not that important. Because they feel like if they go to work, they're taking away from the kids. I understand that because I felt that. I felt like I was being a bad mom by going to work. But in the long run, you are also teaching your kids independence, and you're teaching them that they should also pursue independence in their life. Not that there's anything wrong with staying at home, but eventually it's up to us to live the life that we want for us. Because eventually when you find that happiness, you're going to be happier with all your other relationships. So there you go.
Thank you so much. And before we end today's episode, I really want you to speak with the audience and let them know about this amazing toy drive that you're putting on and how they can support.
So we have an amazing, this is the first annual Yahaira Kolb Network toy drive. So this year is going to benefit children in Nicaragua. That's where I'm from. And it's November 11th from 6:30 to 10:30. And what we're hoping to get out of this is donations of unused, unwrapped toys and shoes for children. And we're going to be sending the packages starting next week after the event. And the last shipment will be the first week of December, as we plan to distribute the toys on December 14th.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for everything that you do for the children, for the community, and continue to be the amazing woman that you are, because you're inspiring so many people.
Thank you so much.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
guys.